So tell me, are you one of those secret Memorydexers? Because I feel like I've really been missing out here. I'm sure we've all had that moment in our crafty lives when we see something amazing online, we order all the supplies to make it, and when they arrive, we have no idea what to do with them, or we can't even remember what we were inspired by in the first place. So whether or not you are a hobby crafter and you order the supplies yourself, or maybe you're a card designer like myself and supplies have arrived at your door, sometimes we just don't know what to do with them. This happened to me recently when I was sent the Memorydex from scrapbook.com. I got this package in the mail, I was excited to open it, I pulled it out of the box and I thought, what am I gonna do with this? I'm not gonna lie, I was skeptical. I'm not a scrapbooker, I'm not really a memory keeper anymore, and it's pink. Well, not for long anyway. That's better. So this was a challenge, a chance to go out of my card making comfort zone, which I don't do too often. So what did I do? Consulted my crafty friends, of course. Some of my friends came up with some amazing ideas. Storage for word dies, genius, December daily journal, so cool, ink swatches, ooh, I like that idea. Now I've probably attempted to do ink swatches about 867 times, and they always end up laying in a pile and I never get around to finishing them. So when I was looking for ideas on what to do with my Memorydex, I went to Instagram and Pinterest and discovered over 15,000 Instagram posts about the Memorydex. This is like a cult product. I started scrolling through and was like, where have I been? Have I been missing out on a trend that I've never heard of? So tell me, are you one of those secret Memorydexers? Because I feel like I've really been missing out here. Who knew there was like this cult following of Memorydexers posting thousands of pictures of inspiration? And I'm not talking about like ink swatching, I'm talking about journals and crazy bundles of things. You have to check it out, seriously. I've got an idea, and that is a guide to all of my Distress Oxide color combos. So what colors work with each other? Which colors blend together nicely? And what are some of my favorite blends that I can just flip through the Rolodex for and I can find a perfect background for my card making? Ink blending is my go-to technique to make a beautiful card. So as I said, it was pink. The first thing I needed to change, it needed to change the color so that would fit into my room, into my color scheme. It would look pretty if it were to be sitting in my crafty area. What I love about the Memorydex as well is that there is a punch so that if you're using it, no matter what you're using, you can punch your piece of paper no matter the size, the shape, whatever you like, and it will fit on your Memorydex. So that's really cool. And then there are some coordinating dies to go with the Memorydex so that you have cards that are perfectly sized. Now I didn't have the dies, so I just went ahead and improvised and I cut them out using my Cricut. All I did was create a rounded edge rectangle and then I used my punch to cut them out so they'd all fit with the Memorydex. So I got to work straight away. I started creating my different ink blends. I looked on Pinterest, I looked on YouTube, I looked at some of my favorite ink blended cards that use Distress ink, whether it was normal or Oxide, it didn't matter. And I started swatching all of my favorite combinations. I've also added a whole bunch of blank rectangles to my card stash so that if I'm ever ink blending a background and I'm not using this as a reference, I come up with something new, I can easily catalog that and add it to my Memorydex. As I said though, I like things to have multiple uses, and since it's going to be sitting on my desk, I want it to really shine. So I have the ink backgrounds, which as I said is one of my favorite techniques, so I'll be referencing it lots. It's not that it's not going to get any use, but I thought, why not make it something super inspirational? So now what I've been doing is I go ahead and every time I see a quote or maybe a funny meme or something like that I think I can write it down, I've been adding it to my Memorydex cards on top of the ink color combination. Now when I flip through my Memorydex and I'm looking for a color combination, I may get some words of encouragement, or maybe I'll even have a laugh. At least a smile. I'm sure the jokes might get old after a while. So I managed to figure it out. I managed to figure out how to make this Memorydex work for me. Let me know in the comments below though, what it is that you've ordered in the past that maybe has still been sitting there for you. And I would absolutely love you to let me know if you've been inspired to pick it up now that I've done this video. And in the meantime, if you're ever searching for inspiration like I do often over on Instagram or Pinterest, be sure to check out this video here because it teaches you how to not copy directly what you're seeing on social media, but how to turn it into your own creation that you're super proud of. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and have a wonderful start to your week. Bye for now.